Hey guys, I'm Alex. I'm subbing in for Davian today. He's the Tuesday guy. Yeah, sorry it's kind of late. It's Wednesday over here. This week's topic is what it's like. It's basically describing what it's like to be a person of color and trans. Um, I actually didn't know what people of color actually included until today. I didn't actually think it included Asians, but then I learned that basically a person of color it includes anyone who isn't white. So yeah, that includes me because I'm Asian. I'm Taiwanese to be exact, and yeah. So, but I'm not too sure how my experience is that different from other people who are white and trans, because I don't know. I just haven't really seen much of a difference, but maybe there is. I don't know. So I'm just gonna ramble. So from what I gather, um, Asians, which like this is this is a stereotype. Asians tend to care a lot more about someone in the family being trans compared to Westerners, in the sense that with Westerners they either okay with people being trans or they're not. And but with Asians, it tends to be that they're okay with other people being trans, but when it comes to being in the family, they tend to be very against it. This is a very general stereotype. There are lots of accepting Asian parents out there, but this is from what I hear. Um, so like with my parents, they are okay with trans people in the celebrity community because I'm Taiwanese as I said, and there's a celebrity in Taiwan who's a translate woman, and she's actually really big in Taiwan. Like a lot of people like her, and she's like a host or something. Yeah, and then yeah, a lot of people are okay with it, and then my parents I think are okay with it, or at least they're neutral. Because we've talked about it with because I pointed her out a few times on TV, and then they have nothing to say, nothing negative to say at all. So I was like, oh, cool. They're cool with it. But like since when I come out to my parents, things have not been that great. Like they haven't openly said anything very negative to me, but I could just tell that they're very against it, and they're always hinting at me saying that it's like basically saying it's a phase, and that um, I'm too young, and my dad's final comment that like closed the whole conversation off was that we'll see what happens when you go into uni, and I was like, oh, okay then, and that was it. So I'm pretty sure he thinks it's a phase, and they also they before I came out, my parents were like I wore male-ish androgynous clothing like for about a year before I came out properly, and they were okay with it. Like I had my hair reasonably short, and they were okay with it. They didn't like it, but they didn't really say much. They were just like, "Oh yeah, that's her," because they use female pronouns on me. That's her. Yeah, she's just like going through a phase or whatever. So they were like okay with me wearing stuff, like whatever I'm comfortable in. Of course, like on important occasions, they'll be like, "Oh yeah, you should wear a dress," but like other than that, it was pretty good. But once I came out to them, they completely changed, and they've like I'm still allowed to wear what I want, but they often hint at me saying that I shouldn't be wearing what I want, and they'll gift me gifts like at the randomest times ever, saying that, oh yeah, I saw this in the shops the other day, I thought you might like it, and then I'd be like, oh cool, and I open the bag and it's an item of clothing that is very feminine, I guess. Like there are guys that would like it's possible for guys to wear it. That's okay. I don't really care if a guy wants to wear like the dress that my stepmom bought me or whatever. But like it's not for me. I don't like it. So yeah, since then, like since I've come out, my parents have been pushing me to wear a lot more female clothing. Although they gift me a lot of it, they hint at it. I don't do it, but they're okay with me not doing it, kind of. But they often look at what I wear and they look very disapproving. And this is only after I've been coming out. So that's one thing. And like one of the major points that my dad made, and major concerns that my dad made to my brother was, what are other people going to think? Now, to a lot of you, probably like, oh yeah, that's a very normal response because yes, your parents would feel for your child, and like how the rest of society will view them because you don't want them living a hard life. But in my dad's case, it wasn't the fact that how would people look at me specifically. It was how people would look at my whole family, would look at him, and how his standing in society would not be as high because because I'm trans, because I'm different or not normal. Basically, my dad just, that was a major thing. My dad didn't say that to my face, he said it to my brother. They talk about me a lot, and yeah. There's like a constant comparing within families, I guess, even like within relatives as well, where everyone compares everyone. And me being trans to a lot of the Asian community is a failure, like on the parents' behalf, and like because I'm not normal, I don't fit within the normal group, the normal range of what Asian people should be like, and so they'll think that I'm a failure, and that basically, yeah, they'll start gossiping, and my dad would like they'd talk about my dad behind his back and all that, and so there's like that's a majorly big reason why my dad's very against it, because it's bad for him. Not really because of me, it's more him sometimes, and I'm just kind of like, that's really nice, thanks for that, Dad. But yeah, there are major differences, I think. I think, but in terms of how other people see me in society, I don't think people really care. Like, it doesn't really matter if I'm white or Asian or if I was any other like nationality. I don't think it would matter. It shouldn't anyway. And it hasn't mattered so far. So that's my main experience being trans and Asian. Yeah, it's not that much different from anyone else. It's just mainly my family's not as accepting, maybe. In actual Asia, I think people are a lot more accepting of trans men rather than trans women. Trans women tend not to be as accepted, although trans women in Thailand are accepted quite readily. Like, there's all the hype about them in Thailand. Yeah. Whilst, like, I think in Taiwan, I've seen a lot of trans guys or guys who don't really fit the gender norm, and they're readily accepted. Yeah, so that's it's not different, not much different from any white person. So yeah, that's basically it with my experience as being trans and Asian. Yeah, catch you guys some other time.